On behalf of Colonel Derek Arminko, Commandant of Officer Training School, we welcome you to the graduation ceremony for Officer Training School Class 2507 and promotion of Class 2508 to the upper class. I would like to begin with a brief review of this morning's ceremony. In just a few moments, both Class 2507 and 2508 will march in, followed by the arrival of the official party and a presentation of the warrior chip from Class 2507 to Class 2508. Today's graduates will be in their service dress uniform, symbolizing their ceremonial duties for today. The junior members will be outfitted in their operational field uniform, reflecting their readiness to embrace the challenges ahead. To maintain proper decorum and respect, we ask that you abide by the following protocol. There are times that you will be asked to stand. During those times, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand in attention and render a salute. We ask that our civilian guests stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may either render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. In addition, please reserve respect during the oath of office. During these oaths, officers pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country. I will be providing cues throughout the event to guide you. Today's ceremony is a celebration of the achievements of these graduating officers. It is also a ceremony that both teaches and appreciates our Air and Space Force military heritage. Drill is an essential part of military history, a promise that rests on the fact that its fundamental purpose was to prepare troops for battle. Similarly, drill procedures practiced in the past were identical to the tactical maneuvers employed on the battlefield. It was this aspect of drill which made it such an important part of training. Even today, drill remains a necessary and useful training activity for instilling discipline, precision, and esprit de corps. 200 years ago, General Washington enlisted the assistance of Baron von Steuben, a distinguished Prussian officer, to help instill discipline in the blending army. Baron von Steuben arrived at Valley Forge in February of 1778, facing an army of several thousand undisciplined, half-starved men and rags. To correct these conditions, he set to work immediately to teach the discipline of drill to a model company of 120 selected men. These warriors modeled the way as they learned to respond to commands without hesitation. Watching this model company perform, observers were amazed to see how quickly and efficiently the troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effect and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first drill manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge remained unchanged for over 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still in use today. One more drill is included. Since early times, warriors have used informative moves as an exchange of trees, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved, and its use has continued in modern military, which inherits the tradition from age to age in civil. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the officers present arms as one form of military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the
Right. Oh. Left. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Douglas.
Left. Pace.
My flash is praise your faithfulness, and I pray aloud. Holy God, thank you for this time, this place, and this day. For it is you who brought each of these men and women together from so many different backgrounds, experience levels, and viewpoints to form OCS Class 2507. All for the purpose of developing them into warrior-minded leaders of faith. Focus on the mission of becoming great officers and leaders for our era and space force. The expectations of these activities have been high. However, through those high standards, leaders are formed. And we see the payoff before us today as we celebrate their graduation. We also know that their journey has just begun in so many ways, as they are just about to complete the easiest part of their military journey. However, that these men and women are ready for the next step in their careers. Thank you for their influences, friends, and family who helped to guide them become what our nation and world needed them to be. Thank you for each member of the 22nd, the 24th, and the 217th, and specifically their commanders, who have worked tirelessly to see that each of these officers cared for, was encouraged, and helped the way so that they could reach this moment. Their dedication and sacrifices have not gone unnoticed, nor unappreciated, and will pay off for generations to follow. We also thank you for putting into place our Commodore, Carolina, as this is his final graduation. Thank you for what he has brought to Officer Training School, and I ask that you bless him and his family as he goes on to his best future. I also ask that you bless each of us here, guide our steps, please fill our cup with an overflow, so that through it, we may be a blessing to others through our professionalism, decision making, resilience, and innovation. Finally, thank you, Lord, for you are good and gracious and holy. Without you, we would be nothing. May we always make you proud. In the holy name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Dr. Douglas. Please be seated. The reviewing official for today's parade is the Deputy Commander, Air Force Global Strike Command, Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana, Lieutenant General Michael Button, accompanied by his spouse, Mrs. Brenda Lund. The Commandant, Officer Training School, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Colonel Derek Iwanenko. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Officer Training School, Force Base, Alabama, Chief Master Sergeant Aaron Governor. We are honored to have with us the following distinguished guests. The former Air National Guard Assistant to the Commander, Air Force Special Operations Command, Field, Florida, Major General Gregory Ferguson, United States Air Force, retired, and his spouse, Mrs. Kathy Ferguson. The Commander, Gene M. Holmes Center for Officer Sessions and Citizen Development, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Brigadier General Joseph Sheffield, his spouse, Mrs. Sarah Sheffield, and Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Jennifer McKean. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Deputy Chief of Staff, Plans and Programs, Headquarters Air Force, Master Sergeant Karen Featherston, and her spouse, Mr. Micah Featherston. The Commander, 22nd Training Support Squadron, Officer Training School, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Lieutenant Colonel Randy Sicali. The Commander, 24th Training Squadron, Officer Training School, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Lieutenant Colonel Greg Jackson. The Commander, 217th Training Squadron, Officer Training School, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, Lieutenant Colonel Sharon Harris. We also welcome all other commanders, commandants, command chiefs, senior leaders, chiefs, staff, and guests who have joined us on this special occasion. We hope you enjoy the ceremony. As part of today's ceremony, we also recognize the achievements of those who are about to ascend from lower class to upper class at Officer Training School by awarding the warriorship. Officers, you may proceed. Today, the warriorship signifies a trainee's elevation to Officer Training School upperclassmen. For those soon-to-be upper-class trainees, the journey to this point has been a rigorous and demanding process. They have persevered, facing challenges that tested their physical, mental, and emotional limits. They have practiced leadership, developed their decision-making skills, and demonstrated unwavering commitment to becoming a warrior-minded leader of character. But today is not just about celebrating their focused officers. It's about recognizing the character that lies beneath the uniform. It's about acknowledging the attributes that have brought them to this moment: professionalism, communication, warfighting, leadership, and mission execution. These officers have chosen a path that demands more than knowledge. It demands a duty that goes beyond oneself. It requires them to be leaders, to inspire confidence in their fellow airmen and guardians, and to uphold and exemplify the values we hold dear. As they transition to upper class, they're not just progressing in their training, they're becoming part of a legacy that extends through the generations of officers who have served with honor and distinction. They are joining a select group of individuals who have answered the call of duty, who have been entrusted with the incredible responsibility of serving and leading our airmen and guardians to defend our freedoms and win our nation's wars. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the newest recipients of the warriorship, Class 2508.
Wait! Wait! Forward! March! 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The commander of airmen for today's ceremony is Second Lieutenant Billy Coleman.
your group, parade run! Parade! 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 In place! Down off! Your group, attention! Give your group, breathe it out! Breathe in! Breathe in! Breathe out!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of our national anthem by Second Lieutenant Rob Santana.
Oh, say, and we see Father's arms early light was so proudly hid at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly between them, and the rockets were there, the arms bursting in. They proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Lieutenant Santana. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Sir! Thank you, West County for sir! Man, wing on President Canford. Attention to order! Detail forward today! Officer of the day! First Lieutenant Price! My order of Colonel Eminento! Officers! And
Officer Training School, United States Air Force, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. Subject, honor flight. Honor Squadron, and Commandant's Challenge winners, Class 2507. In honor of First Lieutenant Paul J. Smith, the flight that exhibited the highest combined and average order of merit metrics, along with warrior-minded leader of character attributes, earns the title Honor Flight. This award recognizes the Honor Flight's proven ability to live with honor, lift others, and elevate the performance of their team. The Honor Flight Streamer is awarded to Flight 15 for excellence as a flight in academic studies, military training, and physical conditioning. Signed, Colonel Derek Adomingo, United States Air Force, Commandant, Officer Training School, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. The Honor Squadron Streamer is awarded the Goya Squadron for excellence as a squadron in academic studies, military training, and physical conditioning. Signed, Colonel Derek Adomingo, United States Air Force, Commandant, Officer Training School, Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama. The Comrade's Challenge winner is awarded to Flight 15 for possessing courage, resilience, and hardiness of spirit, enlisting in their inner cause the virtues we must exemplify through blood and sweat in the spectrum of developing as leaders. During this portion of the ceremony, it is customary to couples and flourishes, but Lieutenant General Lennon has chosen to defer this in honor of the friends and family present today.
Sir, accept command.
March the command and review.
Staff. March. Staff. Take off grip. Orders, march.
Orders! Right squadron! Go right! March!
We not only celebrate individual achievements, but also collective strength of our military family. As a non-tax receiving area, please stand alongside us in joining and honoring your traditions and unite us all and inspire the next generation to reach these career heights. Today's parade, the Commander Airman, Second Lieutenant Billy Coleman, Hometown, Aurora, Ohio. The Angel Commander is Captain Philip Lawrence, Hometown, Delray Beach, Florida. The Bulldog Squadron is led by First Lieutenant Kristen Daly, Hometown, Virginia Beach, Virginia. The Hoya Squadron is led by First Lieutenant Isabel Stowe, Hometown, Guinea, Africa. Now coming over you, the Color Guard, led by Second Lieutenant Bryce Wagner, Hometown, Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Negro Commander is Second Lieutenant Michelle Fox, Hometown, West End, Ohio. The Mustang Squadron is led by Second Lieutenant Jeremy Olson, Hometown, Washington, Washington. The Wolfpack Squadron is led by Second Lieutenant Andrew Shakowski, Hometown, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, now approaching your viewing stand is the military training instructors. The military training instructors are charged with establishing the precision, self-control, and discipline required for the military force. Leading these men and women in his final parade is Master Sergeant Christopher Hawkins, Master Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Nashville, Tennessee.
Squadron, hold!
Master Sergeant Hawkins, from all of us at Officer Training School, thank you for your service to the United States Air Force as a military training instructor for the past 7 years. Your dedication and guidance was vital in the development of 22,000 enlisted airmen, 10,500 officers, and over 360 military training instructors. We bid you a fond farewell and wish you the best as you step into your next chapter of your career.
That's me. Served well.
Order, hands! Land, hands! Forward, hands!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the core song, followed by thank you. Please be seated.
Ready, cut.
The U.S. Air and Space Force are the world's most prominent forces in air, space, and cyberspace. We maintain that distinction by securing our objective of global vigilance, reach, power, and remaining true to our mission statement. The world's greatest air and space forces, powered by airmen and guardians, fueled by innovation. Through shared values, key capabilities, and upholding our creed, we continue to achieve our mission and aim high in all we do. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remain standing while Officer Training School Class 2507 recites the Airman's Creed, followed by the oath of office administered by Lieutenant General Michael Lovin. I, American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and soldier. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail.
Lieutenant General Michael Lutton administered the federal oath of office to the Air and Space Force officers.
Graduates, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Judge Jones,
Having you been appointed, state your rank.
have been appointed Second Lieutenant
In the United States Air Force,
in the United States Air Force,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and may discharge the duties
and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office upon which I'm about to enter.